If you want a chance to win 1 million FIFA coins on any console, all you have to do is like the video, subscribe, turn on notifications, and leave a comment. What's up guys, it's the American FIFA Trader here with another video. So today we're going to be talking about mass bidding. I've seen a few videos on YouTube about mass bidding and they all claim that you can just go find a player, find what the lowest buy now is going for, and just bid on players that are going for like 300, 400 coins less, whatever's going to make you a profit. So if you've actually tried this yourself, you might have found that it doesn't really work. Every time that you try to put a ton of bids on a player for like 20 minutes or so, you just bid on every single player, you're probably going to get outbid like more than 50% of the time, and the players that you do win, you're not making more than like 200 coins, so then why even bother? The key is to focus on more players. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is go to Footbin, go to players, scroll over players, sort by league, and then just pick any league basically. Pick a league with a lot of gold players, like a fair amount of gold players. In this case I just picked the first Spanish league, Liga something something. I'm not going to even try to pronounce it. But yeah, so I just picked the Spanish league. I went to the Spanish league and then I sorted by a position. So I tried left mid, right mid first, and that just left too few players. I need more than like 5 or 6 players, but I wanted less than like 30. I ended up deciding on strikers just because it seemed like a very close amount to what I was looking for. I think it was around like 15 to 30 players. The next step is to open up Excel if you have it. If you don't, try to use whatever the equivalent is, like spreadsheets on Google even works. Just open that up, pull it to the side so that you can both enter Excel data points and then also read what is on Footbin. Start writing down player names and then the value that you see listed under the player for your console. So I didn't look at the very expensive players such as Suarez and Griezmann here, or Benzema. I just looked at the ones that I knew that I could bid on and entered their names and then entered their going price. Slowly begin entering all their names and then the value that they're going for one by one. This won't take more than a minute or so. I sped it up so we don't have to wait through it all. Right there you saw me look up a player because he actually had an upgrade. So I was looking up his upgrade and his previous value, and strangely enough the lower value was actually going for more just because there were less cards on the market. So in that case I just wrote their name followed by both of their values, so I wrote 83 and then 81, and then there was another player, Ben Yedder, who I also did that for. After you finish entering all the names, you're going to want to select all the names and then sort by alphabet. So there's just a tool in Excel here, sort, filter by alphabetical order. I think it's something similar on Google if you're doing it that way. And here it asked me if I wanted to expand, and I said yes because there's values to the right of the cell that we were sorting that we also wanted to keep in line with that. Otherwise it wouldn't have sorted the names with the value that we corresponded with it. But in this case, because we pressed expand, it made sure that everything followed the value that it was corresponding with. Next you're going to want to go to the first empty cell and enter equals B2 times 0.95 and throw that in parentheses. So what this does is it multiplies your first value right there by 0.95, so we're accounting for tax, and then we're going to want to subtract either 100, 200 coins, whatever you want, to ensure that you're making a decent profit on, to show that this is the value that we're going to bid on and no more than that. After doing that, click on the right lower corner of the cell and just drag it down, and it'll do that for every single cell. The next thing to do is just go to the transfer market, put in the league, put in your position, and put in a max bid price just so we can filter out a lot of the sort of egregious numbers that people are listing their players for. So once you've done that, just press search and you'll see all the players that are listed up for different bids. Slowly go through each player, and if you see that there's a disparity in between the buy it now price and the bid price, then go ahead and take a harder look at that and see if the player is actually worth bidding on. Here you see that I found a Munir, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but we still made money off of him, so it doesn't matter. You find him, You see that his bid is less than our profit margin right there. 850 is our profit margin on Munir. And then you can just bid up to that price. And then just do that for every player. This way you're not just focusing on one player. You don't have all your eggs in one basket, and you can just distribute your sort of scope for who you're looking for. I recommend that once you've found a player, you don't actually put a bid on him until there are 30 seconds left. Otherwise, you're bound to attract attention from other players. So in another video, I had a trading method where you wouldn't bid on a player or even look at a player unless they already had a bid on them. And that was a way of scoping out players that might have some worth because people are interested in them. So we're going to want to avoid that and just bid on the player if there's only 30 seconds left. Otherwise, if you bid on it with less than 30 seconds left, then it'll just go back to 30 seconds, and then there's a higher chance of someone seeing that card on the market. Most of the time, though, there's already a bid on a player, so there is some competition. If so, just bid back and forth until you reach your sort of the max price that you'll put on a player, which is in column C in Excel. Sometimes you could even try to frighten them by going straight to that value. I really wouldn't recommend it in this scenario just because our profit margins are so low, like 100 coins, but we're still picking up so many players that eventually it'll lead up to a good amount of profit. After you pick up a shit ton of players, which I know you will, the next obvious thing that you're going to want to do is just list those players up in the market. I recommend that you list them below whatever they're going for. Even if you see that there's a few players going for like 900 coins, for instance, just list them up for 850. It's not worth waiting it out and having the price fall on you. Just list them up for 850. That way they'll sell on quick and you'll make some money right away. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.